Hello, my name is Ben Lovegrove, and in this video I'm going to talk about the arrival of the World Wide Web and how it coincided with the end of a 2,160-year cycle and therefore the beginning of the next. The manifestation of the World Wide Web and the Internet, the network of networks that supports it, coincided with the ending of the Age of Pisces and the dawn of the Age of Aquarius. This transition from one age to another took place between the 17th of August 1987 and the 21st of December 2012. During that time, the two ages overlapped and, as portrayed in the Vesica Pisces symbol, they intersected to create a transition period lasting about 25 years. The 17th of August 1987 was the date given to the harmonic convergence, which included, among other things, a time of global meditations. The 21st of December 2012 was the date at which the Mayan calendar came to a conclusion, not to denote the end of time or the world, but the end of a cycle. Cyberspace then came into being right in the middle of this period of change from one astrological age to another. Now here's a quick, non-technical description of the Internet. The Internet's infrastructure consists of computers of various types, routers, switches, file servers, firewalls, name servers, and others. These devices are connected to each other via copper and fibre optic or light cabling, depending on proximity, geography, and the host country's budget for essential components and connection channels. We make use of it with our wired or wireless devices, never giving much thought to how the text, images and videos appear on our screens. Like all networks, the Internet consists of node points where connecting channels meet and intersect. Here, routers and switches ensure that the IP, Internet Protocol packets, are forwarded to their intended destinations. Like postal sorting offices, they read the destination address in each packet and send it on its way. File and name servers of various types each fulfill their role, and firewalls protect the sensitive areas from unwanted traffic. When used efficiently, all these and more combine to create the cloud to which we upload and download our data. However, the routers and some switches that form the node points often peer with each other. That is to say, they form relationships in order to exchange specific information. These peering relationships are maintained by the regular exchange of hello packets. The nodes may peer with one or more direct neighbors or with other routers several hops or nodes away using virtual links. Thus, a router in New York can tell its equivalent in London that it has knowledge of several hundred subnets, subnetworks, i.e. smaller networks, and the London router can tell the Big Apple about the subnets in its own routing table. All networks have their similarities, be they man-made utility networks or naturally occurring synaptic networks in the brain. They all have interconnecting channels and nodes at the intersections of those channels. They have their transmission mechanisms and storage areas where memories or other resources can be extracted when needed. Now let's have a quick non-airy-fairy guide to the Ley Network. The ley line energy network is made up of ley lines, channels that transmit and receive, and nodes where these leys intersect. Throughout human history, at various places around the world and according to the awareness and knowledge of the people at the time, various structures have been built on these nodes to make use of the energies that are concentrated there. Some structures were built only to establish continuity or to gently persuade the population to adopt a new religion, like the Christianization of Britain. Thus, stone circles and long barrows were replaced by churches and cathedrals, but the energy present not only remains, but has been enhanced by centuries of prayer, ceremony, and harmonious singing. According to an article written by the late Susan Rook and still available on the wessexresearchgroup.org site, ley energy is transmitted into Earth from the 9 planets in our solar system. It arrives at certain key node points where it enters into the ley line network which covers both the oceans as well as the land. Energy from the Earth returns in the reverse path. In techie terms, we call this simultaneous send and receive full duplex. This ley energy is full of potency, can nourish the landscape, and therefore anything growing or living within it, and has restorative properties, so it can be used for healing. The ley energy flows in 18 different sub-channel types between node points or holy sites, and is transmitted and exists at those nodes in 26 different types. The 26 types are 6 guild powers, 10 school powers, 5 male and 5 female, 8 life center points, and 2 generic forms, 1 male and 1 female. These ley energies can flow in 3 velocity strengths. For more on this, check out the original article. Like a small network on the internet or subnet, the Ley Network on Earth and in our solar system interconnects with the galactic and universal networks. Thus, we have connectivity to everything. We really are one in an entangled universe. But so what, you might think? So far, so interesting, or maybe not, but here are the key points. The ley energy was ramped up a gear during the transition from Pisces to Aquarius. You have to wonder if the web came about because the gods turned up the dial a notch. This ramping up of energy also caused social upheavals and changes in the weather. So, is climate change due, if only in part, to the increased energy now being received? The early crop circles of the 1980s and 1990s manifested where new node points were formed by new channel intersections. This suggests the network is growing. As the decades have passed, people have reported that they feel time is speeding up. At the same time, we have the expanded awareness of each other, brought about mainly by access to the internet. Our perspectives have changed, and our consciousness has expanded. The increased use of meditation and mindfulness is expanding the synaptic networks in our brains. However, we must remain aware that the Earth exists in her own right, and the long-term survival of our species is not a certainty. The Ley energy network will continue to exist even if we blow ourselves up or drown in our own waste. The increase in visits from extraterrestrials and interdimensional beings may have been generated not just by our testing of nuclear weapons, which sounded alarms around the galaxy, but also because these beings are aware of this ramping up of energy to a new level. Perhaps like tourists or scientists aware of the significance of the momentous changes of this transition period, they've come to see how we adapt to the changes and how well we evolve as a result of the new boost of energies in our chakras. But what practical purpose can any of this have? What's the good of any of these ideas if they don't grow any corn? Well, it seems that repeating the original Lord's Prayer or singing in church can augment the Ley energy network. If that's not your cup of tea, then ceremonies in the old holy places in the open air will do it too. So keep meditating, visualizing, praying, singing, dancing, whether you're a Sufi or Catholic or neither. Keep walking the old ways and seeking out new nodes. Keep watching the skies and paying keen attention to the silences. All these activities will help to engineer a more efficient and therefore productive network that will benefit your community and yourself. As this Age of Aquarius progresses, you may find that you've become more attuned to the Ley energy network and able to make use of it in all kinds of ways. Before the internet came along, we never guessed how much we might one day use it. So imagine what we might do with a subtle energy network that's available to us for free at any time and in any place. That really would be a case of using the Force. Thanks for watching and listening. Post a comment below with your thoughts. Give this video a like and share it with others who might be interested in these topics. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on this subject.